Hello and welcome to Griffin, Indiana. We've just been into Garrison Servo. So yeah, he's the son of Gary that runs that apparently. His name's Mark. I was just having a chat with him looking for some work because we're just coming through town and love the little area. We don't own anything but our truck. All the fuel now. Got 220 bucks cash and that's that. So he's hooked us up with some work. It's on field 15 apparently. We come up here, go over the train lines and hook a left. He said there's a couple of plots around that need to be done, some harvesting. There is the machinery up there and we just need to drop it off to the correct area. Cool. Who's at a field in her backyard? Oh, that's a good deal. If these plots of land are cheap, we could do that ourselves. Wicked. Alright, so let's get around to field 15. It looks like a little nice town to settle in, so if we can make some money and get ourselves some cheap land, that might be the way forward. The trucks are very dirty. Been pretty cozy. It's not that cozy to sleep in though. There is a motel down near the gas station. I think it's about $100 a night, including breakfast. So we'll see if we can get it cheaper because we don't. If the breakfast isn't nice, we don't need it. Oh, there's our tracked up, obviously. Oops. Oh, there's a harvester sitting down there. Not too bad. We'll try and park this off the land so we don't get hung up on it and don't get caught up with the train. That looks like it will be okay. Right, how do we work this thing? Gotta unfold it. Like it's opening up the hopper. Right. Turn it on. Looks like we're good to go. Yep, this is field 15, thankfully. We're not chopping up someone else's yard. Yeah, he said this was worth about 5 or 6 grand to get this done for him. It's not a small size field, and the product needs to be taken to where did it have to go to? I don't want to crash the tractor. They're over here, so it's got to go on the train, which usually gets loaded in over here apparently at the Grain West silo. So that is where we're going to be heading. It looks a little bit weedy, so the yield isn't going to be great, but that's not really an issue of ours, for the simple fact that it is in our farm and we're just getting paid to do it. So yeah, that's us at the moment. We're coming through, seeing the town. There was a few plots of land for sale. There's an old abandoned farm in the middle of town. I think it's about $40,000. Would love to give that a shot. Even just the land, it looks like there's an old harvester, an old tractor sitting there. You know, some of them things could be sold off, running or not. People want them for spares or scrap metal. Some nice green land around it. There's an old fence, an old shed. I don't know what's in the shed because it's blocked off from the back of the road. That would be the plan. Starting out from scratch basically. Just had enough. Packed my bags and I've been on the road for the last month, but time to settle down. And maybe Griffin is where we settle down. All the locals seem great. I said to Gary if there's anyone else that needs any work done, just to give us a call. I showed him my ID. He got a photocopy of my license. I said, there you go. I don't know who owns this one. It's probably on the board there. Leroy. Leroy and Zach were the ones that I spoke to. So if we can pick both of those up, you know, that's getting us on the way of making our money to get this land. There is some cheaper lots around. Little ones here and all these little ones up along here, so we'll just have to see what we can afford. I don't mind staying in the motel for a little bit, but I would love to have my own property before Christmas hits, or somewhere to put even just a tent or a van, trailer, whatever. It's hours before it gets all snowed in and we get frozen. So I'm pretty sure during winter there's not a lot going on, not a lot of money, so we need to sort of get something of our own done and sorted so we can keep chugging along. There's some lights on, it seems a bit dark there. Alright, I'm going to keep chugging through this and see when we get close to finished. Almost got it done, but we've unloaded 2 or 3 times into the trailer. That's a cork trailer. It's huge. So that is always a win. Mark gave me a call and said there's another contract that we can do if we want, about the same money. So we'll see how we go. I mean, I don't mind getting to drive these big machines. It's we're definitely not going to be able to afford anything like this coming up soon, so happy. Anytime you get to drive something nice and big that's not yours and you get paid to do it, that's a win-win. I mean, if we could make 5, 10, 15 grand a month doing a couple of contracts with people at the moment, by October, November we should be able to afford our own machinery. So, not our own machinery, but our own property. Even if we just got some land and put some chickens on it to do some contracts and, you know, mow the grass, make silage, anything like that. That's going to be a bonus. Oop, there's a little bit, tiny bit there that we missed. Alright, let's get this unloaded. Yeah, it's a pretty good trailer. I'll have to, I mean, gonna be a while before we can afford it, but I wouldn't mind it. Not gonna lie. Alright, let's see if we can. I thought we were gonna hit it there. So yeah, there's a decent amount in there, which is good. No complaints here, and I'm sure the farmer's going to be happy. He's got what he wanted. Pretty sure canola is where are we? Canola 21.97 per 1,000 litres he's going to be getting. Pretty sure they're going to be happy with that. Hold this up. Get in the tractor. Yeah, 48,000 litres, so what's that? 80, probably close to 100 grand. Not too bad. Get paid, we'll probably get paid 5 to 7% of that. And the rest is profit for them, so let's get this to the train station. The roads around here aren't the widest, so you've got to keep an eye on that. I think that's the silos down there we need to get into. Train's only just going past now, so hopefully we can call that back. before we have to wait for hours and hours and hours. Call the train first, I think. Then we'll zoom over there and drop it off into the silo. Hopefully the train comes backwards, otherwise it's going to take a long time. I wonder if we can use this silage clamp here. That would be interesting if we can. Train's going to come back for us. Should have done that. I should have stayed. And that we got through. I was a bit worried we're going to get stuck and then get wiped out by the bloody train. I don't think the train's reversing. I think she's going around the long way. So we should be just able to dump it in here. Hopefully. Go. Got the train's reversing back. Wicked. Last time I played this map, I think I was waiting about 8-9 minutes in real time for the train to come back. It took a long time. And if all goes to plan, when the train kicks us out, which I think it normally does, should kick us out where our truck is parked. That will be good if that works that way. Not normally that lucky, but we should find out. And while we're here, can we... There's fuel level and compacting 0, so maybe we can use that. Alright, so we've got to select the next tool to that one. Open the cover. Get up under here and load her up. Gotta be careful with these things. They tend to want to speed up on you, but they don't like slowing down that much. I've shot through plenty of times and had to reverse back. Canola. Once you're fully loaded, you can wind them up. Get them at the top speed. Close the cover and let's open her up. Steering wheel there does nothing. Let's see what we can do. I think the field we've done is just up there. There's a harvester, so hopefully it's not a very big walk back to the car. Because our car should be here on this level crossing just there. There it is. Hopefully it works. We might even get some extra out of this one. Nope, no extra. Oh, that's right, you don't get any extra when you're selling at the train station. Right, so let's finish off that contract. Lease reimbursement. 7 grand there for us there, which is good. We might have a look and see if we can get hold of that other contract. Here we go. There it is. See, I just rang the real estate, and the land that we want in town is $46,000. They'd be willing on giving us a loan, but we'd have to come up with 10,000 at least, because we're new and not full-time work. So Mark from the service station, gas station, whatever you want to call it, has said he'll have a chat with him and just say that he's got contract work for us, as you know, ongoing while ever there's contracts. So yeah, I'd rather, I don't want to lease or rent in this series. We've got the difficulty set to normal. It's not easy, so we're not going to get paid as much for things. But yeah, that's the plan. It's 46 grand. So if we can get over 10 grand, which I think this one's worth 6,000 or 7,000 as well, we're going to need to, you know, I don't want to, if we have 10 grand and $10, I don't want to spend 10 grand and go, ooh, we've got $10 to last us, because we don't know when there's going to be work available again. There is other jobs for fertilizing and stuff, but obviously we don't have the money to buy the fertilizer and take a gamble on that at the moment. So the best thing about this job, it's got to get dropped off at the mill just there. We don't have a lot of travel time, which is great. So what I might do is I might jump into a bit of a time lapse in a minute, and we'll get this one knocked out as well. And it's not a bad start to the month. So we've got somewhere to sleep, which is great. We don't own our own land, which is, you know, it's a bit of a downer, but you can't walk into a town and just go, hey, I'm going to buy this with no money. At least having the option of getting a loan. The land that we want isn't big. We'll drive past it when we finish. It's not huge. We might be able to squeeze a little field in there. There's some land below it and above it that's vacant too. I think it was part of the farm originally. One of them was 18,000, the other two were 30-something thousand each. So, you know, what's that, 4,606? About $130,000 we could own it all. And there's not much land in this town that's worth less than that, I can tell you right now. And the real estate was rattling off some of the prices. This field here and the one above it are over 200,000. So you want to make sure you use every single square piece of land that you have to get on your feet, if you know what I mean. Let's cruise control. Let's get this one knocked out and see where we're at the end of it. Alright, we've got to get this loaded up. Pretty much full. If this little Fiat can pull it up the hill. I'd say we've got most of it done, like 3/4 done, at least. She made it just. I was trying to change it to the tip on the back, but I pressed the wrong button. Sorry about that. See how we go. Luckily we're tipping into the right things. That's a main win. That's a win there for sure. %, transported for the field, so that's not a bad thing. Might just leave this parked up here. Then we won't have to move it if we hit it, run into it. The yield's very low on this one. Look, weeds and no fertilizer. Could have made a lot more cash on this if they had fertilizer and done the weeds. Billy Billies would be rich. You think maybe another, I don't know. Starts getting a lot smaller after the next run, so we'll just have to wait and see, I guess. There we go, that is it. All of it, all done. Just wonder if we try and be cheeky and just take the harvester straight up the hill. So if there's enough room to get it up in there and unloaded, but we're going to find out. If we can't, we'll just reverse it back out. Close this down. See how we go. That works for us. Make sure everyone knows that we've stopped. Oh, we're getting some bonus income here. Nice. That's for $6,000 of products. I'd be amazed to know how much we would have got for the contract on the train, because that was a huge fill. We would have probably been a $10,000 or a $20,000 bonus, I think, on that one. But I'm not complaining because we had 220 bucks when we came in. Now we've got $13,000 more, so I think that's it. I think that's literally going to be all of us for today. Actually, we've got to clear that contract out, don't we? Get paid for that one. There's another nice one there, but we may do that tomorrow if it's still available. Gonna head down the motel, sort ourselves out some groceries, and we'll see you again on the next one. Thank you for watching. Keep safe, and hopefully see you tomorrow.